if they really loved you, if they really felt sorry for what they did, they will take the time to listen to every concern you have. They will take your calls. They will be on the phone with you for hours if that's what it takes to reassure you, to give you the peace of mind so that you can breathe and you can rest easy knowing that the narrative you're creating in your head is not true. The narcissist will never give you that because the narcissist is always up to no good and they love watching you suffer. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kita, and this is Psychopath Exposure. Today I'm going to be talking about jealousy. That's right, jealousy. We all love it. No, we don't. We hate being jealous, and we don't like jealous people. But let me tell you something. Jealousy is a human characteristic that's usually triggered by either infidelity, some sort of insecurity, some sort of betrayal, or someone just holding secrets from you. Okay, it's a perfectly normal thing to feel. It's not exactly the most positive emotion you want to be experiencing, definitely not something you want to carry into your relationships or future relationships. But the reason I want to make a video on jealousy is because narcissists tend to downplay your jealousy, and they tend to use that jealousy as ammunition to continue gaslighting you and to continue having control over your emotions and over your feelings. Like I said, jealousy is not the healthiest emotion, but it is real. It is real, and your partner should not downplay your jealousy or get pissed off about it. They should, if your partner loves you, if they really care about you, they will sit down and listen to your concerns. Okay? A narcissist doesn't do that. A narcissist tends to brush you off, which is what they do when you're calling them out, when you're questioning them, right? And that only creates more jealousy and more areas, more feelings of suspicion. I wanted to make this video because I know a lot of your friends at some point, especially if they don't understand what a narcissistic toxic relationship is, they will tell you to get over it. They'll tell you to stop being jealous. They'll tell you like, oh, he's not worth it. She's not worth it. Like, get over it. Find someone else. Why are you being so jealous? Why do you care what they're doing? Why do you care where they're at? Let me tell you something, okay? When you trust someone, and I do mean when you really trust someone, that doesn't mean that you don't have an intuition or you don't get the impression that they may be lying or cheating or doing something behind your back. That's perfectly normal too. But when you trust someone, you choose to ignore those feelings, the little intuition or their little, I'm not sure if they're being faithful, but you choose to trust them. So whatever your partner does, if you're like, I'm getting the impression that they're lying, they're doing something behind my back, but you choose, because you love them, because you trust them, you choose to ignore that, and maybe not even ignore, like, you know what you're feeling, you know what your intuition is telling you, but again, you choose to trust them, which means that you don't make a big deal out of it, you don't fuss about it, you move on with your life, you're like, hey, you know what, I think they might be doing something. They left their laptop open. I saw something that didn't make sense. They said they were over here, and I don't know. When I verified, I saw something on their social media that said otherwise, or they'll leave you a voice message, or they'll call you and they'll say something. Oh, I'm just home. I just got home. I'm relaxing, but you hear noise in the background, like they're either driving or they're not home. They're somewhere else. There's a lot of people, a lot of noise in the background. You're like, that doesn't make sense, but you still choose to trust them. And what happens is once that trust is broken, okay, once that trust is broken, you become extremely hypervigilant and hypersensitive towards anything. And that's a normal reaction. That's a normal reaction. And do not let anybody, especially the narcissist, tell you that you're crazy for acting and asking these things. Okay, so look at it this way. Let's say you're sitting down on the couch Friday night watching a movie, and your narcissist is there with you, right? Sadly, they should be gone, but they're there, right? And you guys are watching a movie, and they just abruptly get up around 10:30 or 11. They're like, hey, I'm going to run down to the store. And you're like, but babe, it's 11 o'clock. Like, why are you going to the store this late? I mean, can't we just finish the movie and cuddle, whatever, go to sleep? Like, go to the store in the morning. Like, I'll go with you in the morning. Let's go shopping tomorrow, whatever. They're like, no, I'm going to go. Like, why you gotta make such a big fuss over it? I'm just going to the store. Like, they won't even let you ask that question. They don't give you that safe spot. They get upset because you're asking a legit question. Like, who just abruptly gets up in the middle of a movie on a Friday night and I'm just going to the store, and they don't want to give you any more details? It's weird. I mean, if they tell you, hey, I'm gonna go buy a pack of cigarettes or whatever, run to the gas station real quick. It's still like, I mean, do you have to do it right now? It's a legit question. It's a legit question. If the narcissist throws a tantrum over that, you know they're doing something wrong. You know they're doing something behind your back, and they're pissed off that you're questioning, okay? And that's gaslighting, because what that does is that they make you believe that the question that you're asking is invalid, okay? So next time something like that occurs, you're going to be afraid to question them. And then that's going to create anxiety within you. And then you're going to start walking on eggshells. Every time you notice something suspicious, you're going to be afraid to ask for fear that the narcissist will yell at you, or will gaslight you, or will belittle your concern, or call you jealous, or call you all sorts of shit. And that's how they have control over you. That's how they control your feelings and your emotions. That's how they weaken your spirit. And that's how they ultimately crush you, because you're walking around your days, the better parts of your days, with anxiety, trying to figure out what exactly were they doing when they said they just ran to the store and they didn't want to answer any questions. Now, let's just take this a bit further, okay? If you've caught your narcissist or your partner cheating, okay? Once that trust has been broken, it's perfectly normal to question everything that they do and everywhere they go. I don't care who tells you, oh, you're jealous, that's unhealthy. Listen, it's unhealthy if you've never been betrayed before. But once you've been betrayed and lied to, especially by a narcissist, the way they do it, it creates a psychological damage, a permanent scar in your mind that someone that you loved, cared for, trusted 100%, betrayed your trust. And now you're aware of what they're capable of, and you're aware that, hey, I can trust someone 1,000%, and they can still lie to me and betray me. So I'm going to question and I'm going to verify them. And whoever tells you that you're crazy for doing that is not your friend. Whoever tells you that you're obsessed doesn't fucking get it. They just don't fucking get it. Picture this. Picture you've already caught your narcissist cheating on you, and you're still stuck in the relationship for whatever reasons. We won't get into that, but you're still stuck in the relationship, okay? And they take you out to dinner. They're like, hey, baby, I love you. I fucked up. I want to make it up to you. Blah, 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 blah. She meant nothing. She's out of my life, blah, blah, blah. I know this really great restaurant I want to take you to. Okay, so you go on a date, and then you're like, so is this where you brought that hoe? Is this where you brought that hoe when you were cheating on me? That's a legit question. You're not crazy for asking that. That's a fucking legit question. And the narcissist is going to gaslight you and tell you, oh, you see, this is why I can't do anything with you, because you're crazy. You still think I'm cheating on you. Yeah, blah, blah. They won't let you ask. They won't give you that safe space. They won't give you the reassurance that you need to trust them again. If you want to rebuild trust with anybody, they need to grant you that safe space, and they need to answer the questions as many times as you ask. If they really love you and they want to work it out, they have to do that, okay? And if they don't, then fuck. Then peace out. Then peace out. You know, the narcissist is never going to do it. Never. Because that's how they lose control. They want to keep you in that place of anxiety and uncertainty and instability. They want to keep you there. Okay? Toxic people do that. Toxic people do that. But you are not crazy for asking those questions. Okay? If someone calls you, okay, if someone calls you and they're like, hey, babe, I just got home. I'm going to take a shower and I'm going to do this and this and the other. Okay? And then like an hour later, they call you again, and you clearly hear that there's background noise. It sounds like they're in a bar, right? Your mind is going to be, oh, wait a second, they just got home, and I know it takes them like 30 minutes to shower and get ready. Some people take longer. They have to walk their dog. like you already know their routine. You know them when they get home, what they do. You know their routine, right? Especially if you've been dating them for a long time. But all of a sudden, you're hearing this background noise in the voicemail they left you, or even if they called you. How are you crazy for telling me, hey, wait a second, I mean, didn't you just get home an hour ago? Like, what's all this shit? Then you start putting the pieces together and you're like, hey, wait a second. They probably never even went home. Maybe they were cheating on me and now they're still with the other person and they're in the bar and they're just checking in to distract you, right? Those are legit concerns once trust has been broken. Once trust has been broken, you're gonna have all sorts of warped and skewed images in your mind, and that's perfectly normal. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal to have that. That doesn't mean you have a mental disorder. It doesn't mean you need to go to a psychiatrist or anything like that. You were lied to. You were cheated on. You were betrayed, okay? And this person's still in your life, and you're going to verify them. And if the things that they do not make sense and do not add up and do not line up with the things that they're saying and doing, if the actions don't meet the words and the story, the narrative doesn't match, you're going to question it. And you know what? You have every right to question it. You have every right to question it, because if you don't, you will bottle those feelings inside. You will harbor them. They will turn into anxiety. It will turn into anger, into rage bouts. You'll get panic attacks. You'll create all this disorder within you just because you're walking on eggshells, because you don't want to come off needy and you don't want to be that person that's constantly asking your partner what they're doing and to check in with you and to give you every last detail of what they're doing, because that comes off unattractive, right? But you know what? You know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up? The fact that they betrayed your trust and they were keeping secrets from you. That's what's fucked up. That's what's fucked up, okay? And it takes a lot for you to stay with this person. It takes a lot to try and give them the benefit of the doubt and to try and work through the betrayal and try to rebuild that trust. It takes a lot out of anyone to do that. And they're doing it out of love. And I hope they're doing it out of love, because if you're doing it out of insecurity or any other reason, if you're doing it out of fear, it's not going to work out. So if you're doing that out of love, just know that you have every right to verify and every right to be put at ease and to get the validation and the reassurance you need from your partner. And know this, a psychopath, a narcissist, someone with borderline personality disorder, they will never give you that reassurance or the validation that you need to rebuild the trust in them. It's not gonna happen. Know that. It's not gonna happen. You're living a lie, you're living a facade that they are orchestrating, they are fabricating, they are manifesting in front of you as a charade. It's a scam. It is a scam. If they really loved you, if they really felt sorry for what they did, they will take the time to listen to every concern you have. They will take your calls. They will be on the phone with you for hours if that's what it takes to reassure you, to give you the peace of mind so that you can breathe and you can rest easy knowing that the narrative you're creating in your head is not true. The narcissist will never give you that, because the narcissist is always up to no good and they love watching you suffer. And that's how they gaslight you. They will not let you speak your mind. Fuck the narcissist. Don't let them gaslight you. If you feel something, if you know something is up, you fucking ask the fucking questions. You ask those questions. What is the worst thing that can happen? They're gonna leave you? They're gonna abandon you? Good. You don't want to be with a psychopath anyway. Good. Let them leave. That's a blessing in disguise. Trust me. It's the best thing that could happen to you. So I wanted to make this video because I know once you get out of a narcissistic relationship and you start dating again, you're going to be hypersensitive, hypervigilant. You're not going to trust people. And God forbid you meet someone that's really, really worthwhile and somehow they fuck up because they're only human, or maybe they're disordered in their own way, and they break that trust with you. Just know that you're not crazy for verifying them. You're not crazy for asking questions. You're not crazy for looking at a picture and creating a narrative, because you know that when the narcissist did that to you, when the narcissist sent you a picture or a selfie of somewhere, They purposely showed you, they purposely took that picture with something in the background that they knew you were going to question. They knew there was going to be something in that background your eyeballs was going to gravitate to, and you're going to be like, hey, wait a second. Didn't you say you were at this person's house? How come I see panties in the background? How come I see... They do that because they want to torture you. Don't put up with that shit. Don't put up with that shit. And if you're dating someone new after a narcissist discard, make sure you question, you verify as much as you need. And if they don't grant you the safe space and the validation and the trust, then they're not the ones for you. They're not the ones for you. I hope this makes sense. I hope this can get you a little bit of clarity and separate you from the confusion that your friends and family who don't understand what you went through are giving you guilt trips about and making you feel less than, making you feel guilty, making you feel pathetic, making you feel like for asking questions that any normal human being would ask when trust has been betrayed. When trust has been broken, you have every right to question and verify things that don't make sense because now you know what people are capable of. You're no longer innocent. The loss of innocence has been severed. So warriors, continue watching the videos and educating yourself on narcissists, psychopaths, toxic relationships, and every way that they can manipulate your emotions and torture you and keep you in a trauma bond and keep you afraid of speaking your mind. The more you educate yourself, the more tools you have to defend yourselves moving forward. So if this was helpful, I'd really love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what you learned from this. Tell me your situation, what you're going through. And if you have a question, send them my way. If I have time, I'll definitely answer it in a video. And that way it can help other people that are going through the same things. Remember, if you want to work directly with me in a private one-on-one setting, I offer Zoom coaching, mentoring calls. We can set that up at your convenience, and we can talk privately about your situation, and I can help you get your head back together, hopefully if it's not too fucked up. And we can talk about how to exit the relationship and give you a little bit of more clarity so that you can understand exactly what you've been through and what these psychopath predators are really up to. If you're interested in something like that, go ahead and click the link below in the description so you can get more details on how we can set up a private one-on-one coaching session. Also, guys, you know, there's a free gift to have an ebook that I wrote. It's absolutely free. It's going to help you go no contact with your narcissist partner so that you can put them out of your life once and for all and start recovering. Make sure you pick that up as well. Links in the description for that. As always, thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for your support. Stay strong. Keep fighting the good fight. And don't let anybody silence your voice ever again. Hope this has been helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.